Alright, that Sonic movie was crazy, y'all. Yeah, I ain't seen the Sonic movie. It took me like 2 weeks to see the movie. Every single day I didn't see that movie, I was in complete agony. I was in complete agony, avoiding all spoilers, even though I know what happens. Because if you didn't play the game, you know what I'm saying? You know, kind of know what happens, but it's still the fact that I wanted to see that movie. I was dying to see that movie, and I finally saw it. And oh my god, it was as clean as my haircut. Let me tell y'all something. Listen, the Sonic 3 movie, oh my god, from beginning to end, it was complete harmony. I felt like my soul in the movie was just intertwined in that moment as I was watching the movie. That's how that shit low-key made me feel. High key. Now, the movie, it starts off crazy. Look, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. But we're doing the Sonic 3 movie review. If y'all ain't noticed by now, I know it's late, but I seen it kind of late. But we're still doing this shit. The movie, it starts off beautifully. It started off beautifully with Shadow, chilling, literally chilling, right? Big chilling. And that shit pop off. That nigga escapes from the capsule. I'm sorry for spoiling, but if y'all know, y'all know. It's Sonic Adventure Battle 2. If you ain't played the game, what the fuck are you doing? Shadow is Shadow. Every time that nigga is on the screen, I just want to hear the nigga talk. Hey, yo, pause on that. I'm sorry. No, really though. The way the movie starts off is crazy. Shadow, he's in the capsule, he escapes, and then boom, action, straight heat, straight boxing. And then he's like, nah, bro, I'm ready for that smoke. But they did a little bit of things different. We all know Shadow's backstory, the fact that he was on the Ark with Dr. Gerald and Maria, and he was Maria's best friend. And anytime that they do any type of Shadow backstory, I'm here for it. Shadow the Hedgehog, anything Shadow related, I need that. But for Shadow's backstory, you felt his pain just not even a little, a lot more. You know what I'm saying? You felt his pain because he's Sonic with no family. It's the equivalent of Sasuke losing his family versus, Sonic and Shadow both lost their family, but Shadow didn't get his family back. He didn't find Tom. He didn't find Maggie. He didn't find Tails and Knuckles. He just stayed there locked up because the nigga was too strong. He was too strong. So when Shadow didn't get his family, his anger just boiled for 50 years. Imagine being locked up for 50 years and you ain't got nobody. Because you know everybody that you know when love was murdered. Shadow. His anger, his emotions are justified. However, as you continue through, I know I'm all over the place, but as you continue with the movie, you start to see and understand why he lost Maria. And let's talk about Maria for a second. Normally in the games, it was like, oh, Maria, I lost Maria, that was my friend. Okay. But in the movie, they dove deeper into the fact that they had a relationship. They had a home. And then when Sonic went to go see where Shadow was staying at, when they went to go, find where he was at, Sonic saw Shadow's home. And he was like, damn, someone lived here. I feel for that. Like, I understand why my nigga's so angry. I'm sorry, I could go on and on and on about that shit. But the fact is that I love that they did the connections between Shadow and Maria a lot better. They showed that they played together. They showed that he just wasn't a weapon. he was an actual thing with emotions. I love that. What else I like about the movie? Dr. Eggman. I'm gonna let him. We're gonna talk about Dr. Eggman in a minute. We're gonna talk about Dr. Eggman in a minute. You already know the trio: Sonic, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. I do fucking Knuckles. I did watch the Knuckles special, the Knuckles, the Knuckles series. I watched that. I should have did a review on that, but I didn't. But I love Knuckles. I love Knuckles more now than I ever than I ever did in an entire series. Cause when the villains go to the hero side, you know how they make them weak as fuck. You know what I'm saying? When an anime villain, he's super strong on the villain side, but then when the nigga go to the hero side, that nigga trash. Knuckles didn't lose that. He didn't. This nigga's a dog, bro. He's a dog. And in the movie, if you ain't watch it by now, in the movie, Knuckles and Sonic have a little conflict. They have a conflict about what to do with the emerald. And this nigga Sonic was pissed about it. I ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you in a little bit. I wasn't gonna tell you, but I'm gonna tell you in a little bit. Look, Sonic was mad. He was pissed because, when I mean a little bit, I mean now. Tom got hurt. Tom got hurt because Shadow punched the fuck out that nigga, bro. Shadow punched the fuck out that nigga and put that nigga in the ICU. He's like, I'll see you later, nigga. That nigga Knuckles, that nigga Shadow should change his name to Knuckles the way he knocked his shit loose, right? And Sonic was upset. Knuckles was all like, hey, nah, bro, chill out. And them niggas was about to bump heads, bro. And then Sonic was like, where's the emerald? And my nigga Knuckles was all like, nigga, sit your ass down before I piece you up, bro. It was just intense. I like that Knuckles, he's witty and funny, but when he gets serious, you better be ready. You better be ready because he about them hands. I love that. Tails. Let's talk about Tails for a second. Normally in the series, Tails is an annoying little bitch. I hate Tails, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Who don't like Tails, bro? I fucking can't stand that little nigga, man. Fuck Tails. But in this movie, it was like, it wasn't too much of him, and it wasn't too little. It was just the perfect amount. He was the brains. He was calling shots like, hey, yo, this is what we need to do. Boom, 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 boom. This is what needs to happen for shit to get done. And I love that. He knew what to do in the right time in order for this shit to happen. I fucking tell you, every single time he pulled up, it was right. It was in the right moment. Tom and Maddie, solid. They weren't in the movie too much, but they weren't in the movie too little. It was just a perfect amount of human interactions that made it good. That made it watchable. Because, like I said, we're gonna talk about Dr. Eggman in a minute. We're gonna talk about Jim Carrey, because that nigga Loki carries. Nah, I just like Tom and Maddie. They care for their family. They try to do the regular husband and wife shit, and it's like, yo, this shit fucking boring, nigga. Where's Sonic at, bro? I need some excitement. You know what I'm saying? Nah, so I love the fact that they had their dynamic, and they actually contributed to the team. They knew what needed to get done. Yeah, they can't do a lot. They ain't got superpowers, but they did enough to contribute to the team. And Tom's influence on Sonic it's literally Sonic's character because of Tom. If it wasn't for Tom and Maddie, Sonic wouldn't be who he is. He wouldn't be influenced. And which will bring me to my point in a second. The music, phenomenal. They had a whole bunch of callbacks. I loved it. The City Escape callbacks when Sonic jumps out the goddamn plane with his squad, with Team Sonic. Beautiful. He's like, talk about bad service. I'm out of here. I was like, hey, yo, I know that. For people who don't play the games, you could go watch this movie and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with that. I fuck with that. Okay, now let's talk about the motherfucking star of the show. You see, when you talk about villains, when you talk about Jack Black playing Bowser, when you talk about Jim Carrey and Dr. Eggman, it's the driving force of the whole shit, of the whole movie. Besides Shadow, and Keanu Reeves did a wonderful job. Let's talk about that. Besides Shadow, Dr. Eggman, Jim Carrey, he carries that shit, bro, because he's so fucking funny, bro. He's funny. He steals the show every single time. Every single time. Even when, cause he could be goofy and then switch up, bro, and give you some shit. And the fact is that he was playing two characters. He was playing Dr. Eggman and Professor Robotnik, Gerald Robotnik at the same time. It's literally the perfect dynamic. It's literally the perfect dynamic because we don't get a lot of Professor Gerald Robotnik in the game. We don't get a lot of it. We saw like how pissed off he was when he wanted revenge, but we didn't see him as a normal person. But like you never saw him like interact with other humans, not even his own fucking grandson. And the way they did that was phenomenal. I loved it. Every time they was on screen, I was laughing. They always had a witty comment or some smart dialogue. Like it was just funny. I like Dr. Eggman. like especially when Jim Carrey he's first introduced back and he's just sitting there with the dad, bro. He literally has an Eggman belly, bro. And he's just sitting there, just fucking around, and he is like a callback to Sonic Adventure 2, or not Sonic Adventure 2, the Sonic the movie 2. It's just funny, like it's Jim Carrey. It's Jim Carrey. His last name is Carrey. He carries the damn series. Without Eggman, you don't have Sonic. That's just period. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Honestly. The fight scene, phenomenal. The first fight scene in the damn movie, like literally the first fight scene after Shadow escapes, this nigga goes into the city and he starts fucking shit up, and then it prompts Sonic, the Team Sonic, to pull up, and then it's the first scene when y'all see the nigga get his ass whooped. Bro, this nigga Shadow whooped everybody. And then I didn't know that he could chaos control other items, which I don't know why I didn't think that. But let me take this remote, and if I want to warp out the room, I could do that with the remote. I didn't think that he could do that shit with the fucking motorcycle. This nigga was going faster than Sonic on a motorcycle using chaos control. Beautiful. Sonic, that nigga. Sonic's that nigga. I'm gonna talk about it in a second. But the fight scenes, top tier. And it wasn't like it was a lot, but it wasn't like it was too little. It felt like it was perfectly paced. When you see Sonic and Shadow fight throughout the movie, I keep saying game, but you know what I mean. When you see them fight throughout the movie, it feels like how it was when you fought him in the game. Like the first battle, Sonic loses. The second battle, they tie. The third battle, let's talk about that. We already know, like I said earlier about Knuckles and the Emerald, Sonic was pissed off because Tom got knocked the fuck out. This nigga Shadow hit him with the Debo punch. You know what I'm saying? Had that nigga slept out on the floor. Sonic was like, hey, nah, I'm about to piece this nigga up. This nigga Sonic went to go get the Master Emerald, use the Chaos Emeralds, turn Super Sonic, went up to the motherfucking, the arc, or the Eclipse Cannon. That nigga must have went so goddamn quick and just knocked Shadow the fuck out. But what he didn't know is that Shadow could use the emeralds too. He doesn't know that Shadow has chaos energy. So when that nigga Super Shadow pulled up to the set, nigga, I was like, wow! That shit was so fucking clean, bro. That shit was so fucking clean. You have no idea. I was so goddamn happy when I saw the white bird with the red. That shit was drippy. That shit was dripping. Them niggas was fighting. Them niggas were fighting all over the planet, bro. That shit was clean as a fucking bitch, bro. It was the cleanest shit. Like I said, like this hairline, the wavy game. It was the cleanest shit I ever had the pleasure of watching. The animation, the CGI, all that shit, beautiful, beautiful. And then when this nigga Sonic, when this nigga Shadow was all like, hey, look, bro, I did what I had to do. I did what I had to do. And this nigga Sonic got pissed off. This nigga must have charged up the Falcon Punch and punched that nigga from the earth to the goddamn moon. I was like, yo, that shit had me like low-key hype in the motherfucking movie theater, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. That shit had me hype. That shit had me fucking hype. That shit had me fucking hype. That shit had me fucking hype, bro. That shit had me hype. And then they had their heart-to-heart. Like we talked about. Sonic, he understands Shadow. He understands what it means to have a family. And lose the shit. But the thing is, Shadow didn't get the family back. He got Dr. Eggman and the Professor Robotnik and all that shit, but he didn't understand what it was like to not have anything at all. Shadow and Sonic mirror each other. So when that nigga got knocked to the moon, that nigga Sonic knocked some sense into that nigga, bro. Bro, and they sat there and they had a heart-to-heart. They had a heart-to-heart. And he was all like, cause when Shadow knocked out Tom, he had a flashback to what happened to Maria. And he started to feel for Sonic, like, hey, nah, bro, I'm becoming the same thing I don't want to be. I love that. So when they had their little heart-to-heart, and then when, I'm not going to spoil the movie for those who hasn't seen it. But if you play the game, y'all know that play the game, go watch the gameplay. You know what I'm saying? You know that the professor has not all the way good intentions. So when Sonic and Shadow have their heart-to-heart, they gotta loke up on these niggas, bro. And when they loked up on these niggas, they had goddamn live and learn. Nigga, I must have started singing that shit. Live and learn, hanging on the end to tomorrow. That was my shit, bro. That I still listen to that shit to this fucking very goddamn day, bro. Beautiful. And they was teeing up. And they had the end, bro. I'm trying not to spoil all this shit. If you ain't seen it, just go see the movie. Just go see the movie. If you don't want to see the movie first, go play the game. And then you'll understand what's going on. It's not nothing that doesn't need to be spoiled. It's just like they did a really good job of taking it from video game to movie. And Shadow's a fan favorite. Shadow's my favorite character. I love Shadow. That's my nigga. That is my nigga. On everything, that's my nigga. And the fact is that they did a really good job. I ain't got nothing much to say on that shit. Now listen. The only thing that I have to say about the movie as far as Shadow goes, Shadow's my favorite character. We as Sonic fans know Sonic, and we know Shadow, we know the characters, we know Shadow's backstory. And we've been getting the same backstory for so long. I want more. I want y'all to dig deeper into Shadow. Like they did a good job. Don't get me wrong. They did a good job with Maria and Shadow and their relationship. But I need more. I need more. Y'all talk about all this. They did the Dark Beginnings animation. It's always, who am I? I need answers. I need answers. I need answers. But I want more. I want more. Give us some more Shadow lore. We already knew that him and Dark Doom he was creator of Dark Doom's genetics. We already knew that because of Shadow the Hedgehog. We already knew that Maria was unalive because of Sonic Adventure Battle 2. We already knew this information. So I need more. Give us more with Team Dark. Give us more games so we could explore some things. The Dark Beginnings animation, bro, that was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. I'm getting off topic, but the point is, with the movie, I was hoping for a little bit more. Bro, everything was perfect though. I just want more. Like, that's just me as a Sonic fan, wanting more from Shadow, wanting more. Cause Sonic 06, when they talk about how they thought that Shadow was too much of a threat and they had to seal this nigga away, they had to do the same shit they did from when they did the first time. So it's like, I just want more of that. I want more Shadow. I just want more Shadow. Other than that, that movie was perfect. That movie was perfect. My ratings right here. My ratings right here. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. You ain't perfect. Perfect. There was nothing wrong with that movie. It felt like it didn't even feel like 2 hours. It really didn't feel like 2 hours. It didn't feel like 2 hours. Jim Carrey a GOAT. That's all I'm gonna say. Jim Carrey, Dr. Eggman's a GOAT, bro. He's a GOAT. Highly, highly, highly GOATed. Dr. Eggman as a character and Jim Carrey, because they switched some things up and I didn't even expect it. I was low-key in tears, man. I was low-key in tears. Go watch that movie. That shit is a solid 10 out of 10. No complaints. If y'all like this review and y'all want more videos just like this, me just sitting chilling and we just chatting it up, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what you think of the movie in the comments. I loved it. I loved it. I hope you did. God damn, I want to go watch that movie again. So that's what I'm about to go do. I hope y'all like it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Jim on the GAMEBOI. We out there, man. I'm about to go watch that movie.